Good morning. It's Monday. It's very rainy outside. It's 7:50. It's January 22nd. And I'm just getting ready for the day. Before we talk about what I'm doing and teaching today, let's just do a quick update on my eyebrows. So today was the first day since I got my brows done on Thursday that I put makeup on. And I will say it was quite an adjustment to first not be putting on eyebrow makeup, and a little nerve-wracking to just put makeup on around my brows, knowing that tonight when I get unready, I have to get the makeup off my face without touching my eyebrows. And it just felt weird. I felt like my makeup looked different. I think I'm just accustomed to seeing certain things on my face at certain periods of me getting ready. But I think I look normal. I think I look like myself. You can let me know if I look any different to you. So I just wanted to say that before we talked about what I'm doing today in class. Today, I haven't even read the sub note. I don't even know where it's at. Let's do that first. Let's get this slide up and let's read the sub note so I know what kind of energy I need to bring. Okay, this sub has very cute little sub report templates. This is probably from Canva. A lot of the kids didn't finish the TCI pages that I left. Mrs. Rand's thought to collect it on Friday, so this is from Thursday. She's letting me know what students helped her out. No challenging students, that's a good sign. Overall, today was a good Thursday. Everyone was on task, just had a few chatty students, but nothing too crazy. My aide did assist with a lot of history, and she was very thankful for that. There were a few kids that were absent. Everyone presented the vocabulary and didn't get to the personal dictionary, which is exactly how I planned it. I gave them more work than I knew they could complete on Thursday, which was the half day, so that it could be finished on Friday. Friday, she followed the sub-plans exactly. No outstanding students, nor any challenging students. Today went great. You'll notice the notes how the day went. The students did well and no one was disrespectful. Please let me know if you need a sub in the future. Ms. Lawrence was able to help with Hawk News 1. They only got through one article in my universal access class. Didn't get to timeline challenge in social studies. She's going to Spain, and she noticed that I had been there too. So yeah, overall they did a good job. It looks like she got through everything. This is what makes me feel like it's a good sub. The lesson plans have highlights and notes, so I know they read them. They left a very clear and coherent sub note. They made logical choices throughout the day, and that's all I can ask for. So the bell's gonna ring in a few minutes. I'm gonna get myself together, and maybe on my prep I'll tell you what the plan is for today. All right, I'm on my prep period. I just finished sending an email, a response to an email that I got, I want to say Friday. And one of the things I used to do in my earlier days of teaching, and really just because I like to get things done and off my list, is if a parent sent an email and it had, let's say it had a tone, I would probably respond the same day, just because I'm like, hey, let's just knock this out and move on with our lives. And now I'm more of the mindset of, if there's a tone that I don't feel is super respectful to me or fair or not appropriate but accurate, I'm going to wait 24 hours to respond. I'm not going to encourage that behavior by giving an immediate response. I'm going to get everybody time to just rest, their nerves and calm down. So I drafted my response when I saw it on Friday, and I just left it in draft because also it's Friday and I don't want a parent to think that I'm going to be responding to these kinds of emails on a Friday night or over the weekend. So I just sent it, and what's frustrating is just this consistent and pervasive villainization, I don't even know if that's a word, of teachers when a student has proven a pattern of non-productive behavior. So let's say there's a student who has consistently shown that being productive and getting things done and turning things in and being on top of things is a struggle for them for whatever the reason, whatever the case may be. Because there's all different reasons why that may be the case. Some kids just don't do it because they don't want to. Some kids don't do it because they have a hard time with executive functioning and deadlines. Some kids need additional support, whatever the case may be. There's a pattern established. And at this point, when I work with students like that, and if it's if it's documented that that's just a struggle, like they're not doing things they don't want to, but that is a legitimate struggle, I, as the teacher that works with students who need support like that, I'm doing all kinds of things to make that less of a challenge for them. So with this email, a parent is frustrated because their child is not getting the grades they would like to see. And the email, the tone is pretty accusatory towards multiple adults on campus that work with this student. And I think what's really frustrating for me is that there does come a point where, as the adult at home with this child, there does come a point where you have to say, you know what, this is kind of a pattern of behavior. Like, my child is really struggling with this and has been for, you know, the entire school year or years before. Like, this is a struggle. Or I know that my child is not really good at being organized. So when they come home, I, in addition to the things the teachers need to be doing at school, I, as the parent, am going to need to put some things in place to support them. And I think there comes a point where I need parents to understand that I, Miss Robinson, the teacher, I can only control what actually happens here on school grounds, in my classroom, at this school. Me and the other teachers here, I cannot control what your child does and does not do when they get home. And at this stage in the game, hi. Sorry, the custodian came in. He had to put up a new paper towel dispenser and a soap dispenser, and now there's a very ugly spot on my wall. But I think what I was saying, I need parents to understand that I can only control what happens here, and that there are certain things that have to happen at home in conjunction to what I can control and what I do here for your student to experience the level of success you want them to. And when those things don't happen at home, it's going to affect what happens here. And those things not happening at home is not on me. It's not my fault. And I don't know what everyone's home situation is and how busy you are, and I don't know all of that, but I do know that there is an element where some things have to happen at home, and I'm just really over the blame being put on me when I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing here, but there's some gaps and holes once a child leaves here. So I had to respond to an email where that was kind of the case, where yes, a student is struggling, but there are some things that are not being done that are causing the struggle, and those things that are being done need to be done at home, like studying and completing things and preparing and things like that. So yeah, right now I am getting ready to start grading the essays for the bells that I assigned I think a week ago. I'm just scanning through them to see who did not submit them, and there's a couple that are unsubmitted, and they're gonna take a 0 on that. because I did tell them you need to submit it. It is due on this day, and we just chose not to. So I'm gonna work on that. But as far as what we're doing today, we are gonna start lesson 9, chapter 9 in TCI, which focuses on the Revolutionary War is won, and now we're trying to get to the place where we're drafting a constitution. So it's really focused on like the Articles of Confederation and how difficult it was for the colonies to come to some sort of agreement on things that theoretically would have affected all colonies. So we did this last year, and it comes from TCI. This is not my idea or anything like that. And I feel a little crass saying this, but I've had people ask if I can share things that I make or put them on Teachers Pay Teachers, and a lot of times I can't, because it's not like, these are not my original lesson plans. This is just me looking at plans that are offered and then tweaking them or making them into slides or making them more attractive or making them more user-friendly to me. So I don't post them on Teachers Pay Teachers, but I was wondering, I'm like, if people would like the slides, maybe I would offer them, I mean, for a small fee, because at this point these take time. But if that's something you're interested in, like you teach 8th grade and you use TCI and you want to do this activity and you want these particular slides, like maybe I can offer like a view only link for a small fee. I don't know, like $1 or something. Because again, I'm just not in the business of working at all for free. But if that's something you're interested in, let me know. But in this activity, they get to pick the music genre that the class listens to. And they're put in groups of 2, and ideally you'll have 13 groups to represent the 13 colonies. And their job is to pitch the genre of music that we listen to for the next week. So they pick a genre. We did that last week. Then they get some time to prepare their pitch, and they don't get a lot of time because this is not like a formal project. So they just get enough time to kind of come up with their argument, come up with some things to say, and then they present. And after every presentation, the class has to vote. So the 13 groups have to vote. And in order for that genre to be approved, 9 out of the 13 groups have to approve it. And if a pitch doesn't get 9 out of 13 yes votes, then we move on to the next pair and they pitch a new genre. And so you vote after every round. And so if this works the way it did last year, which I'm sure it will, because human nature and blah, 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 no group will get 9 out of 13 votes, because every group is probably going to vote for their own. And every group only gets 1 vote, and they have to vote as a group. So last year, I think we had a group that came close to getting the 9 out of the 13 votes, but they ended up not doing it. And so what happens, or what happened last year, and what I'm anticipating to happen this year, is we won't get there, because it's going to be hard to get 9 of the 13 groups to all agree on one genre when they all are pitching different genres, because you've put in all the work, you want your genre to be picked. And so that just kind of illuminates to them how hard it is for a group of people to come to a final decision on something. And then we move into starting to talk about the Articles of Confederation and the weaknesses of that. So we're going to do that in social studies today, and probably read the intro to lesson 9. And then in language arts, what are we doing? I suddenly can't remember. We're gonna do the personal thesaurus for the Telltale Heart. So we went over the vocabulary last week. They did their vocabulary presentations. I think I'm honestly gonna have them look up their own synonyms this time around, just for the interest of time. And that's all I really have planned, because I think the social studies presentations might take a little bit longer than I anticipate. So I'm looking forward to that, but that's what's on the agenda right now. I have about 10 minutes of my prep left. I do need to make sure I get to the bathroom and get started on grading these essays that I really don't want to grade. And that's go ahead.
So musical background, the story behind R&B.
Turn it up.
In the world of music, the genre of R&B, or rhythm and blues, began in the 1940s. Born from a harmonious blend of pop, jazz, gospel, and blues, this style pulsates with a vigorous backbeat. Initially, it was attributed to African Americans, but the music spread following World War II, and it passed cultural boundaries. This music genre sparked the ideas of equality, igniting the movement to end segregation in the younger generations.
Some of the R&B royalty who reigns supreme. We got Blvd, we got Usher, Chris Beasley, The Weeknd, R. Kelly. R. Kelly yesterday. We got Frank Ocean, we got Brent Fires, we got SZA, Bryson Tiller, Rihanna, Khaled, Khalid, Michael Jackson, Nicki Minaj, we got Keisha Cole, and many more. Twenty was musicians to perform both R&B and rap music. We got Drake, Rod Wave, Childish Gambino, Tory Lanez, Future, and Thunder.
Alright, so the wide diversity of the R&B genre. Known for its soulful melodies, R&B is composed of keyboards, synthesizers, and bass lines. It's wide with a hypnotic drum beat. This genre skyrocketed in the music industry, becoming one of the most successful types of music. The very essence of R&B is rooted in the blues and gospel genres, yet it evolved from its rock and roll origins to now embrace the style of hip-hop, which is why most popular artists in the rap industry also do R&B. Regardless, the R&B signature style remains its melodious tones and the ability to soothe the soul. I got it. So why you should choose R&B? You should choose R&B as the class genre because of many reasons. Many famous and popular artists are associated with this genre. Also, R&B has a soothing style of music. Another reason is that there's a wide variety of instruments and vocals used in the R&B music. All these reasons combined prove that R&B is the best choice for the class.
Okay. R&B is definitely the best choice for the class at the end because of
You gotta sing it.
Yeah, Kevin, you wanted these lyrics? Clearly it says Kevin wanted these lyrics here, so we're letting him sing them.
Hey.
Here you go, Kevin, now you can sing.
Are you singing?
Yeah, Kevin.
Mason personally.
No, you spent 3 hours writing
I did not.
Oh, okay. All right, you guys have a minute to discuss with your partner. Discuss. Kevin really wanted these lyrics here. That's what it says.
I want this one to win, but I want to present.
So we gotta record it? Oh, we're just putting it once.
Okay, are we ready to vote? Are we ready to vote?
Yes.
Okay, have one person from your group stand. You're either voting to approve or reject. You're voting, approving or rejecting. Approved. Okay.
Approved.
Approved.
Wow. Oh,
Approved.
approved.
You didn't get approved. I gotta reject because you didn't sing.
I love it. Either way, they win.
Oh, you didn't sing. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Well, they got their minimum 8. So we are going to listen to R&B for the next week or so. Okay. But just to be fair, we're going to have the rest of the groups present so that you can share. I'm so serious. Okay, it's 3 o'clock. It's after school. I'm going to be leaving soon here. But I thought I would let you know how the presentations went, the music genre presentations. I got some footage of it where you can hear the kids presenting. I never really know if I'll be able to use it because I need to make sure I can crop kids out. But the kids that I took footage of actually got unanimously approved by the rest of the class, and they were, I believe, the second group that presented. And typically that never happens because most groups, knowing they only have one vote, want to vote for themselves. But this group, they presented on R&B, I think is what it was. And they did a really good job at the presentation. Like the slides were attractive. They infused music in every slide, and every group at the end of it was like, yeah, that's what we want to vote for. So that's never happened before. So even though they were the second group to go and they got the required number of votes, I still had every group present after that, just so that they were able to share their work and all of that. And then in my switch class, what typically happens is no group was able to get to the magic number of 9 out of 13 votes. So that went really well. And it did take longer than a class period, which is what I thought was going to happen. So for the rest of the day, they didn't even get to the personal thesaurus for the bells or for the Telltale Heart. After we finished the music genre presentations, I read the introduction to lesson 8 we're on, that focuses on the Articles of Confederation. And then the time they had after that, they were able to kind of use how they wanted to. They had a weekend wrap they needed to complete, and they needed to finish their personal dictionary from when I was gone. And so that's what they did. So that was the day. Overall, it was a pretty decent Monday. I can't really complain. It's been raining all day, which is not my favorite thing, but I know that we need the rain. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my slide for tomorrow is ready to go, and I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do about this spot in my room. When I was vlogging earlier, I don't know if I said this already, but the custodian came, or one of the custodians came, and he had to move my paper towel holder over because they were adding a soap dispenser to the wall. And by doing that, this is what is now created on this wall. And if you know me or you gather my personality by now, this is really driving me crazy. So I'm gonna have to like piecemeal gray paper here is what I'm gonna have to do. These things were taken down because they were in the way, and I'm gonna need to figure out how to put that back up. I'm just not in an emotional place right now to do that, so I'll probably do it tomorrow. And once again, I don't know why this Chromebook is here. Let's move that. But oh my God, and here's a Chromebook here. I swear to the high heavens, these Chromebooks this year really are the bane of my existence. I have more Chromebooks in my classroom than can be accommodated by the charging cart. I asked the principal to get me something to store the extra ones in, and it sounds like he's going to do that, but now he has to do some research to see if any other teachers need the same thing, which I'm happy for, but I really need that research to happen soon because those stacked up Chromebooks drive me crazy. So yeah, I feel like I just rambled in a very non-linear fashion, but essentially what I'm about to do is make my slides for tomorrow, and I'm going to then go home. Wolfie's not going to get a walk today because of the rain. Oh my gosh, I just hit myself in the face with the phone. Yeah. Okay. All right, bye. Anywho, that was Taylor. I'm getting ready to make this slide, and then I'm getting ready to go home. I think I was saying Wolfie's not gonna get a walk, I don't think, because it's raining, and I have a therapy session at 4, so it's not looking good for him. But that was how the day went. I'm sure I'll come back and close out the vlog later. Until then, see you later. All right, it's about 6:15 now. I'm home. I had my little therapy session. That went well. I didn't even actually come home between work and going there because by the time I had gotten what I needed to get done before I left, it was like 3:30-ish and I had to leave. So Wolfie did not get a walk either way. But I'm home. I just finished showering, washing my face. I'm wearing my Valentine's PJs. If you want a full image of what they look like, this is what they look like. Very comfortable. And Taylor Loft, highly recommend. So my anxiety for the day was like, this was the first day I put makeup on after having my brows done. So I really was gonna need to get into my eye area because I had eyeliner on and mascara. So I wasn't really sure how I was gonna go about that. So what I did was I wiped my eye makeup off first with makeup wipes, and then I washed my face, you know, very carefully around my brows using my normal face wash. Oh, I don't know how I got all this water on here. And I just got my house clean, so I have to clean that mirror, which is CeraVe. And the makeup wipes burned. Like, I think it was really the mascara was getting in my eye the way I was rubbing it. But I got it done. I got it all off. And the other thing I wanted to mention is I think my eyebrows are starting to peel. They were itching a little bit this morning, but oddly enough, my forehead is more irritated than my brows. I think that whatever the numbing cream was that she put on my forehead, like, my skin is having a reaction to it. So it doesn't itch, but it's just textured right there, if you will, like a little rash. So I've been trying to make sure to moisturize that, and it just feels dry. But other than that, so far so good. So I really just came on to kind of let you know that update on my brows, like in case you're wondering, you know, thinking about getting it, like washing your face and all of that. I got it done, but I won't use makeup wipes anymore. I'll just put face wash on my eyes, and I'll just have to continue to wipe it off with a towel. So I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm going to first edit this vlog and have a little snack, although I know it is dinner time. I don't like to eat dinner until the vlog is edited, because once I eat dinner, I tend to get lazier. So I'm gonna edit this vlog, eat some pita chips really quick, and then eat dinner, and we'll see if I have the energy to continue grading the essays I started grading today. If I do, great. If I don't, I don't. And that's just the way that it is. But if you enjoyed today's vlog, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do. Giving the video a thumbs up and or leaving a comment not only keeps me encouraged, but it helps my channel if you want to support me in that way. And as always, I hope that you're well. And if you're not well, please be well. And I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.